All right, welcome back to Market Day Report. I am Scott Shellady, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. Thank you very much for tuning us in today just to see how your markets are doing, and ultimately that's what your money's doing, right? Let's take a look and see what the corn is doing out there so far today. Corn has been a little bit up and down, but today, right now, actually, we're up 2.25 cents in that front month. That's March. 4.18 3/4 is last. We're still about just under 3 cents off the high. Well, we are 3 cents off the high right now. 2 cents higher. 4.18 is last. So we're still in the teens. It's no good. As you go down, say out the deferreds, the new crop D sets up 3 cents to 4.61 3/4. That's just under 2 cents off the high of the day there. Let's take a look and see what we've got going on in the soybean market. And we move over there. That's 6.25 cents higher. That's the March. 11.78 is last there, and that's 10 cents from the high and about 4.5 cents from the low. That'll explain everything for you just by knowing that. SEP's up 8.25 cents to 11.64 And again, that's only about 5.5 cents off the high of the day. So soybeans there, decent gains, about 6 to 7 cents. How about the wheat in Chicago? This is where it really starts to show. We've got good gains in Chicago wheat, 18.25 cents higher in that front month March. 5.78 3/4 is last, and that's only about 2 cents off the high of the day, 1.5 cents actually. Go out to the Dees, that's up 14 cents there, 5.98 3/4. That's about a half cent off the high of the day, folks. Can we put a $6 handle on that Dees wheat in Chicago? We shall see. Stay tuned. Let's see about the hard red wheat in Kansas City. Let's go over there and see what that's got going for us. That's some really good gains there as well. Solid double digits, 19 cents higher. And that March contract to 5.86 1.25 cents off the highs of the day. Dees is up 15 cents, 5.97 and that too is 1.25 cents off the high of the day. And we've had, just under a 19-cent range over there. That'll give you an idea about where we sit. That's some pretty good going, hard red wheat, Kansas City. Let's check Minneapolis and see what the spring wheat's doing. Good gains over there, not quite as much as we've got in the hard red, but 8.25 cents better. And that spring wheat and that March contract, 6.62 3/4 is last. That's 3/4 of a penny now off the high of the day there. Dees is up 5.5 cents to 6.86 2 cents off the high in Dees. And then we move on to cotton. What's going on in cotton? Well, let's see. It's down 252 points. 91.35 is last. That's March. May is down 267 to 91.75. And that brings us to our next guest analyst. That would be Mr. Tommy Grisafi. He's with Advanced Trading. He's a good friend of this show and the Cow Guy Close. He's in Valparaiso, Indiana. All right, Tommy, what do you got for us?
Oh, do you like the sweatshirt my mom picked out for me today? You didn't throw in that in my mom's basement.
Well, I didn't because you're just around the corner from the washing machine, so you could have whatever you want to wear.
Well, I got my pajama bottoms on still. Listen, it is awesome working at home. Speaking of working at home, it's been like 4 years since they sent everyone home, and I still have business owners who are having a hard time getting labor. We're having a hard time. John Deere last week introduced that it was called Get Your Butt Back in the Office Day, and they made it mandatory that you have to do something called work, which is funny because some people who work on the John Deere line putting the tractors together said we never left work. We could never do our job from home. So anyway, get back to work, people. All right, speaking of working, the markets are working their way up, and they could do this for 10 more days, and maybe you'd have people interested in selling corn if corn went up 2.5, 3 cents, 30-cent rally, 10 more days. Beans, 8 cents times 10, 80-cent rally. That'd get some people selling, protecting. And wheat, we'll take a plus 20, but you have to understand, Scott, and you're a smart guy. You quote these markets people all day long. We are such low prices that foreign countries must be looking at us and laughing. And what the foreign countries are saying is, thank you, America. You guys are awesome. It cost you $5.25 put in the 2023 crop, and you just sold it to us at $3.90 cash. Foreign countries must be thinking, why would I grow corn? The American farmer's willing to do it and lose $1. And it's a bad deal, and people are going to get you a little hate mail from this, but I'm sorry for telling the truth. This morning, I do that little show on YouTube, and the title was, Did social media influencers forget to sell corn? I mean, all I can see on social media is all these people who make $1 million a year being an ag influencer saying, why are corn so low and all these other things. And it's funny because they're getting paid 10 to 15 grand per day to go stand by one of these ag companies' booths at National Farm and Machinery Show. So all I could say is this: if you want to make money growing corn, turn it into bourbon, or go become an influencer. You could sell your corn at the dead low, and the ag companies will pay you for being famous. But you would think with millions of fans like all these young folks have on the TikTok and Instagram and everything else, a light would have went off and said, I grow a product, I need to sell it. Back to you, my friend.
Well, I mean, that's what the markets are there for ultimately, right? That's why futures markets do what they do. and they started over 150 years ago. And maybe we should do a review of why they're there in the first place. But I appreciate that, Tommy. Stay right there. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk more with Tommy Grisafi. We're going to talk about livestock, though, when he comes back after this. All right, welcome back. Let's talk about some livestock, right? Let's get that live cattle board pulled up for us, and we can take a quick peek and see what's going on. All right, and there you go, live cattle. The answer is not a lot's going on. The front two are down, the back two are up, and the middle one's sharply unchanged. So we're going to look at April. That's down 62 cents to 186.92, and unfortunately, folks, now it's 186.90. That's one tick off the low of the day there. If we go to June, that's sharply unchanged at 182.82. And again, that's pretty close to the low of the day by about 27 cents. If we go out the deferreds, August and October, they're up 35 and 40 cents respectively, but we'll go to the October because that's the highest. 40 cents higher there to 184.97. Not bad. All right, let's moving right along. Let's take a look at the feeder cattle. What's going on out there? Well, March is down 30 cents, but everything else is higher, and they're a lot higher, at least a lot higher than the March 30 cents lower board. March trade is at 250.75. But April, May, August, and Sep all higher by well over $1.50. Well, $1.15 actually is April higher. 254.70 is last there. We're $1.92 higher in the May. Look at that. 257.55 is last there. So not bad going. We've got the feeder cattle. Got a little bit of a gain. It was a lot better earlier though, so we have settled in. That's feeders. I will go in the April. That's up $1.15 at 254.70. And finally, lean hogs. What's going on in the lean hogs? Well, that's up today. April's up by 25 cents to 85.47, and that is only one tick off the low of the day, though. How about that? All right, let's bring in our guest analyst. We got 60 seconds for Mr. Grisafi. Tommy, take it away.
I like that June hogs hit 99. That's definitely an actionable level. You may not be excited, but you have to at least protect that quarter. It could get better. So cattle, I like the volatility. We've traded up, we've traded down. These are hedgeable levels. And again, the cattle and hog guy has benefited tremendously from the lower price of corn and meal. So wrapping it up in the last 30 seconds, if you turn your farmer hat around and you are someone who needs to buy grain, these are very affordable levels. I looked at what options cost, like if we had a drought this summer. So if you're part of the conspiracy theory and think it's 50, 60, 70 degrees already in April and we're having a drought, upside options on corn are incredibly affordable because the options market has very little volatility in it. Back to you, my friend.
Perfect timing. Great internal clock. That's what we like about you here. Tommy, thank you very much. Tommy Grisafi. He's with Advanced Trading in Valparaiso, Indiana. We'll bring it back here and give it back to Suzanne.
He's got a little like stopwatch or something.
His mother's off at camera telling him what time it is.
So